Hey, Fiber friends. Long time no see. It's Allison, and I am now coming to you from Columbus, Georgia, no longer El Paso, Texas. And I have a few minutes to do a very short episode. I don't even have makeup on, have my glasses on. I have like basically pajamas on at this point. But holy moly, it's been quite a long time since I've seen you guys. Almost what, 3 months? 1, 2, 3. I don't even know anymore. Time just flies by so quickly. I just can't keep track of everything. So I'll make this short and sweet, but first, a quick life update. We have moved. We are in our house. I know it seems like a mess, but this is my only place with good lighting right now, and it is like pouring down rain outside. It was quite the adventure to get here. We clear Fort Bliss. We find out we're 92 on the wait list for post housing. We've never lived on post housing in our lives, but we thought we'd give it a chance living here. Turns out that wasn't a very good choice because people were waiting 4 to 6 months to live in housing, which, we can't do. Can't live in a hotel for 4 to 6 months and, not go bankrupt. And then because there's such a long backlog for people to live on post, the rental market was a mess as well. People would be putting in applications before they even see the properties. So those of us that are in town looking for a place to stay, can't find anything because it's already taken or it's not available until mid-August or 1st of September. This is the first time ever this has happened. Our 5th move in the military, and this is the first time where we were struggling to try to figure out where we were going to live and how we were going to get there. So we're homeowners now. Surprise! Not something we ever wanted to do, but at the end of the day, we needed a place to live. So we bought a house. We live in a cute little neighborhood with a lot of older folks. So I think we're the youngest on our little cul-de-sac by about 20 to 30 years. Everybody's really sweet. Everybody's nice, that whole Southern hospitality thing. We really like Columbus. We enjoy the rain and not so much the humidity, but it kind of just comes with the territory. And then I also got a job teaching middle school choir. Also a thing I said I would never, ever do because it's terrifying to teach middle schoolers sometimes. And it's just not my expertise. Like elementary is my bread and butter. That's what I really enjoy doing. I enjoy the age group. Everything that goes along with it was great, but there were no elementary school jobs. So options were limited, just like housing. So I was like, I'll try it. It's great. They start school so early here. I started August 1st and school started August 8th. It has been challenging. I'm going through it one day at a time, sometimes one class at a time, and going from there. It is way more challenging than I thought it would be, but I'm sticking it out for now. As you can tell, I am sick. I can't tell if it is allergies because the weather keeps changing so often, or we got to the 3-day weekend, which today is September 1st, I believe. Yep. Sunday, September 1st. And my body just decided, okay, it's rest time. Now's the time to get sick. You toughed it out for those 4 weeks of school. Now you can be sick for 3 days and be ready to go back on Tuesday. So also, the day we closed on the house, our poor dog got very sick. Like she couldn't walk. She had a high fever. So we had just came back into town to close on our house. We went to go visit family to wait the 2 to 3 weeks or like 3 weeks, I guess, to close on the house. Come back the day we close on the house, she gets like deathly ill. So we had to find a vet that could immediately fit her in, do all this blood work, do an ultrasound because they thought she had cancer. Her liver numbers were like through the roof, like in the 900s, and they should be like high 100s. So it turns out they're not really quite sure how she got so sick because it's not cancer. Hooray. They thought it was lepto because in leptospirosis, which is a disease you can pick up usually from the fecal matter or like the urine from, I know, gross, right? From rats or like feral cats and everything. And in Texas, in El Paso specifically, because it's such a dry climate, they don't suggest that you vaccinate your dogs for it because it's not really worth it. Like the risk isn't there. So they say you can skip that vaccination because of the area that you live in. But when you move back to the East Coast and it rains so often and the runoff, pets can be exposed to it more often. So that's what they thought. They sent off more than one test to check, but she didn't have it, thank goodness, because that would have been a whole host of extra medications. But they think she might have just gotten sick from the stress or, a UTI. They're not really quite sure why she got so sick, but she's still on some antibiotics and they want her liver numbers to come down a little bit more. If not, she has to start taking steroids. And it was just like when it rains, it pours sort of situation. We couldn't find a house to live in. So then we had to buy, and then our dog got sick and I didn't have a job. And it was like the credit card just kept growing and growing and growing. But everything is good now. Everything is settled. The house doesn't look like it's settled, but like I said, this is kind of the only spot that I can podcast in at the moment because of the lighting. Our house is really dark. The sun doesn't come in through the front or the back windows. It's side to side, which is nice for heating and cooling reasons, but we're making it work. That's kind of my motto for this year. I'm making it work. Everything is going to be fine, even if it doesn't feel fine. Kind of like the dog sipping coffee in the house that's on fire. That's kind of what it feels like. But so I'm coming here to say hi. I'm not really quite sure how much I'm going to be able to podcast in the future, and I will have to make the channel unlisted and not public. So because that was the AC, sorry. Because the like being a public educator, like I have to be careful what people find. Obviously, there's nothing, terrible about my channel, but, just to lock everything down just in case. My social media is locked down as well. My Instagram is no longer public for reasons like that because, kids find any reason to, cause problems sometimes, or like even adults. I mean, you never know these days. But I do still need to pick somebody for the year-long stash busting knit along. Everything's just been kind of fallen by the wayside. But I'll pick somebody and I'll message them on Ravelry so then they can choose a pattern and I will send it to them for participating in the knit along. And I only have 2 finished objects to show because as soon as I started my job, my knitting time like drastically got reduced. So I did finish my Helix socks that I was working on, way back when. And I took 2 yarns. They're both ice yarns that a viewer have sent me in the past. I did a contrasting toe, and then on the heels I alternated whether it was the purple yarn or the pink yarn, and then the cuffs were the opposite of that. So I used the 2 yarns to do the body of the sock, and then just kind of use one for one and then one for the other. So just another pair of socks. I'm pretty sure that's all I'm going to be knitting on because it doesn't require me to think. And I can work on them during lunchtime at school because I can sit and knit, or not sit, stand and knit, if we're being honest, and watch the kids making sure, they're not being fools. So, and then I also finished my Anasha sweater. It's been folded, so that's why there's a crease in the middle. This is by Jennifer Steingast, and I knit it out of Classic Elite yarns, I think in Storm Cloud, something about storm or gray. I got that from Webb's, and then I used my leftover Wales Road Malabrigo that I had used to make my I Am Dragon, like shawlette necklace sort of thing. You can see like very variegated purple, blue, green color. And the color work, all the way around. I really like how this turned out. I think I'm more of a round yoke kind of knitter instead of the raglan style. I think it just fits my shoulders a little bit better, and it makes everything up here look nicer. It doesn't, like the sectioning off just kind of does something weird to the chest area. But I'll probably pick round yoke patterns from now on if I can. So I am done with that, and it looks nice. I am currently working on another boxy, which is in the other room, with some Malabrigo that I purchased. And I did a lot of work, I'll pull this out, on my crochet, corner-to-corner crochet, not granny square, corner-to-corner crochet blanket. That's all it is. But it's all scraps of previous projects. Now, I packed this in my moving duffel bag thinking, I'm probably not going to work on it that much. And honestly, it was the one that I pulled out first, and I got through all of my minis, or all of my scraps. I had made like magic cakes, kind of like the one that I have right here. I have another one ready to go when I would decide I want to pick it up again. All my knitting stuff is back here now, and it was the first thing I always pulled out, and I had like 170 grams worth of scraps already put into a magic cake, and I got a lot done. To the point that I started, let's see if it's this side. Nope. I started not decreasing, but only increasing on the one side. So then it becomes a rectangle blanket instead of a square. It's just the width of our queen size bed. And I'm about at the length that I want it. So it'll be a good cuddle on the couch with 2 people underneath it. I'm probably definitely going to make more of these in the future. So I'm kind of on the tail end. I think the last time I showed you guys, I was right here. So from here to this blue part right here. And then I've done from that stitch marker, where is it? Right there. Trying to look through the hole and see the little stitch marker on that little coral next to the purple. All of this has been done. So I had a lot of like this bright, I think I dyed that one myself, but all of this is stuff that's been inside my Cozy Memories blanket, which I've also been working on, and I don't know where it is right now. This is how my life is going right now. Oh, it's right there. I can reach it. Hooray. I worked on this one a lot too, because I packed both of my blankets because I was going to be really sad if I lost it. So I've taken off all of my stitch markers of ones that I've done, but I have added quite a few squares to it since last time I showed you guys. So I think I added, I don't know if I had added all that side or not, but it's now a good lap blanket. I just need to make it longer so it fits higher up. But Cozy Memories in the making. It's also just kind of too hot to work on these things because holy moly, I was expecting humidity, but I wasn't expecting it as much as I see it. I do enjoy the rain, except for when I get caught in it. But it's just so hot. It's hard to knit because it's so hot. And I've just been kind of working on socks. So I only had a little bit of time because the family went out to go play putt-putt with my in-laws. And I stayed at home so I could make frittata for dinner, do some laundry, get some grades and stuff in my grade book, and do some planning because our school is getting they're doing one-to-one Chromebooks for all the students starting on Tuesday. So it's going to be a very busy week with the students, trying to get them to be responsible for their devices and getting into routines of picking them up and dropping them off. And it's going to be a whirlwind of a week, I can imagine. So I'm hoping this can kind of clear up before Tuesday. If not, luckily my smartboard has a little mini microphone, so I can just plug that in, hook it to my lanyard, and just kind of keep it on all day. Because, man, 27, 6th and 7th graders get loud fast. And so I can only clap so much and ask for their attention before got to get on task. But I'm sure so much more has happened, but I didn't want to be on here forever so I can go get some stuff done while I'm alone inside the house. And hopefully you guys will see some more of me, but I think I'm going to have to put my channel as unlisted. So if you have the link in the Instagram account, you can still access it. I have to try to figure it out, but I do still want it for my followers, but I just don't want like my students or parents of my students finding me and, trying to use stuff that are in my videos that they'll find anything, honestly. So I'm just trying to, watch my back, make sure everything is locked down where it needs to be and I don't get in trouble or anything like that. But everything's good. Everything is trucking right along. I'll choose somebody for the knit along, and I hope you guys keep knitting, keep your needles moving. I hope you are cool or warm, depending on where you are in the world. I'm hoping it cools down here sometime soon, but I heard that doesn't happen until November. They still use their pools until October, so I don't think I'm going to get to wear a whole lot of my stuff anytime soon, especially if my AC keeps breaking at my school too. Oh, it's been quite a fun 3 weeks of school, but short and sweet, to the point. If you guys want to message me on Ravelry or on Instagram, I'm more than happy to message back. If it's during the week, obviously, I'm not going to do it during the school day. And then I'll see what I can do. But hopefully I'll see you guys soon. I can't make any promises, but I'll try to record again, have some more knitting to show you. And I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for those of you that have sent messages on Instagram when we were having our housing crisis back in June. But everything's all settled now, so it'll be great. I hope you guys are doing Fine, I'm going to stop rambling now, and I'll let you guys get on about your day, and I'll see you later. Bye.